Hey guys, so today we're just going to have talks on feeling numb and feeling disconnected from our emotions and reality. Okay, so I first of all, before we start, I had a thought over it and I have now realized that I think all of my intros are going to just be me making puns out of my channel name. I think that's what is going to happen, and I'm not mad about it, but it's just so stupid and genius at the same time. I can't believe myself for coming up with that channel name. But hey, you know. Oh, and also this perspective change I had to do because at night the camera and the lighting does not do me justice. It is so bad for me. So this perspective change I had to do for at least this one because I'm recording pretty late at night right now. It's right. It's night, not right. Okay. Alright. Main topic. Let's come back to the main topic. So essentially, I myself have felt this emotion of being like not feeling anything, like everything feels the same, or everything feels like the same emotion essentially, which is nothing, pretty much. And honestly, I have gone through that once or twice till now in my life, and I would say that it's a weird place. It's a place where growth happens without a doubt, but it's not the most pleasant scenario and environment, if I would personally say. Okay, now let's first understand why this happens. So, this emotion of feeling numb and feeling like you're not connected enough to your circumstance and to your emotions is because usually we don't ground ourselves enough. We don't pull ourselves to the ground and be like, this is the reality, but I can change that. This is where I am right now, but it can be better. It's mostly the lack of this just acceptance and understanding that it leads to all kinds of like disconnects and like just emotions of feeling like, man, I don't feel right here. And of course, without doubt, those emotions are valid of not feeling in the right place because sometimes we're meant for better or meant for something greater. But at the same time, we should also understand that maybe repeating it over and over again is not exactly healthy or it's good for us, right? Then again, another reason for this feeling of numbness and feeling like, man, I don't feel anything. I'm just nothing. Is sometimes it's also caused by like some kind of like really how can I say it, mind shattering event, like something or the other which either your brain wasn't expecting or maybe your brain was expecting but it still shocked you to like your very core. It like shook your heart and brain up like anything. I'll give an example. This actually happened in my life also, and this actually does cover another point also, but we'll get to that later. So I had posted one or two videos back. I had talked about my entrance exam for my engineering, right? And I had essentially put all my value that I saw in myself into that exam. Like I thought that that was it for me. Like if I didn't make that, I would be done though. I would be like, I'm good, I'm done, I'm finished. And because of that, after I got my first results and I saw that I wasn't even close to qualifying, probably for a week or two, I was in that situation. I was in that zone of not feeling anything. Like I'm sure my friends must have definitely noticed this. Like they saw me like just absolutely straight faced, like no smile, no frowns, nothing. They'd ask me, they'd be like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I would respond with, "Yeah, I'm okay." Like absolutely cold and blank response. So that's another reason why this kind of disconnect can happen, because we put our own value and our own time and effort into something, which is tangible, but for some reason maybe it doesn't come to us. So we tend to like go into this negative mindset where we're like, man, I didn't get that. I'm not worth anything. I'm not worth it. That's another reason why this kind of disconnect can happen. And another reason, and now this is not necessarily a reason because this is just a small problem and it can be tackled very easily, but the disconnect can also happen, the numbness can also happen when we detach from our circumstances too much. And yes, it sounds silly, detachment also needs to be to an extent. Because the perfect growth mindset is acceptance of your situation, but at the same time knowing and actually working towards creating a better one. That's what gives the best kind and honestly the best timeline of growth, in my opinion. Honestly, that's the best way you can grow in any situation, in any job, relationship, whatever it is. But detaching too much also is a problem because then you don't accept that circumstance and then you're just like, I don't belong here. To the point where you're in fact blocking your mind and just not accepting to grow. You're like, I don't deserve to be here. Why should I work to be here? Why should I work to go to the next phase, next reality, whatever you want to call it? Why should I work for it? But this again is very bad because at the end of the day, our work and our manifestation, our brain power towards whatever we are doing, when they both align, that is when the magic happens. That is when we get whatever we want. When both our mind and our body and our actions, I mean, body and actions is the same thing. But when our mind and our actions both align together, that's when the magic happens. That's when the quote unquote manifestation comes to our reality. And of course, I have I have seen examples of manifestations coming to life, so I can testify it. Of course, there are some examples which I cannot testify right now because I still don't have that much of a connection to you guys because I'm still new. But I will say that I can testify that when both of those things, when two of those things, both of them actually align together, the mind and the body, manifestation is immediately happening. And it's not immediately, but it's going to happen. It is inevitable. And it's inevitable. Like honestly, I'm just like thinking about it, and it just is. You cannot stop the blessings from coming to you if you align your mind and body to it. Whew, this the video turned into how to align your body to your manifestation. Huh? Damn. Okay, but regardless of that, let's come back to the topic from that tangent. So, this disconnect is not necessarily toxic and not necessarily harming, but it is not like a great situation because the emotions in our body is what makes us human. It's what makes us different from every other living and non-living thing. It's our emotions and how we can accept and we can reject them. That's what makes us human. That's what separates us. That's what gives us drive. That's what makes us sad whenever we hear someone has died or we hear that someone broke up with us, something like that. Any of the other. That's what makes us human. But removing this said disconnect is not easy. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is viable. Like honestly, I have come out of it myself, and it is doable. Honestly, it is not like the most impossible task of the world. I have done it. It is not that hard. And honestly, I think I'll also like share how at least I did it because at the end of the day, everybody is different. Some things work for some people, some don't. But here's what I did at least. So I had three things, I think. Yeah, three. Okay, I will put them in three groups. So the first thing I had were my friends and my acquaintances at the time, and they were like all right. I mean, when it came to consoling me, because they were like, "It's fine. You do this again. Try again." And I was fine because I knew that was the truth. So I kind of like started accepting my emotions a little bit because I was like, okay, it's fine. We can do this again. And then the second thing was, what was the second thing? Okay, yes. The second thing is very important. Introspection and reflection. Yes, that is very important. Whenever we are feeling any kind of emotion that is in any way negative, we have to I can't speak, introspect and reflect on it, because we need to understand where and why it is coming from. Of course, sometimes we should not also analyze our negative emotions that much. Sometimes we should be like, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling sad. It's okay, it's fine. But we should at least try to reflect and just understand why or for what reasons some negative emotion is like appearing, especially when we're going through that stage of numbness, because the numbness will only be removed when we face that negative emotion. When we sit down with it, feel it, let it express itself, and let it go. That is the only way, through reflection and introspection, that's the only way we can remove numbness. And the third way that I had honestly removed was just honestly positive mindset. Like, your mindset is one of the greatest things for you, which will work for you. Your mindset and how your mind works is one of the best things that can work for you. It can make or break you. I know I just quoted some random quote, but it will make or break you. It is that strong, your mindset. Because your mindset is the one thing which only you are in control of. Nothing else is in our control, nothing else is in our hands. It's only that our mindset, how we accept the things which are happening to us and what we can do about it. So when we start feeling numb and we start feeling disconnected, we should be like, okay, I'm going to sit with my emotions, but I'm not going to dwell with them. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive even on the smallest of victories that I have, because that is who I am. I'm a person who goes and lives in positivity, feels the negative emotions, but still chooses to be positive. And that's pretty much what I would like to say about numbness, honestly, because numbness and this kind of emotional topic is a topic which honestly all of us understand, but sometimes maybe because we are too afraid to face those emotions, we just tend to just put it on the side and be like, I have to deal with this later, I have more important things to do. But at the end of the day, what is happening up here is just as important as what is happening around us and in here also. This is so much more important. Honestly, in my opinion, it's so much more important because this shapes what is around us and what is on us. Like, our body is shaped according to how our mind is working at the present moment. That's how it is. Even in reality, our manifestation and our actions define our world and define our circumstances. So what is in your mind is what is around you. That's it. That's as simple as that. Whew. Oh, this is not a long video, I'd say, but it's going to be pretty decently long. I think it's going to be pretty decently long. I have to go to just sit and editing and just see how long it is and cut that paste. It's fine. You don't need to care about that. But okay, man, I'm going on a lot of tangents today. Yeah, I'm going on a lot of tangents today. I lost my train of thought. So stupid. was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? Yes, mindsets. Positive mindset. Okay, yes. So, inculcating a positive mindset, then reflection and introspection, and three, having people around you who will listen to your emotions and who will understand those emotions are the three important things that you can do. Now, the friends, family thing is, of course, not necessarily available to every single person out there because maybe their circumstances is not exactly the most ideal for that. That happens. I understand that. I get that. I feel that. But the introspection and the positive mindset is the two things that you can actually control. And I would highly recommend doing that because I did that. I reflected, introspected, I changed myself, and I got out of that numbing situation, and I got out of that feeling of just absolutely nothing, feeling like I'm nothing, I feeling like honestly a failure. It's just these two simple things which honestly changed quite a big part of me. Yeah. Alright, I think I'll call it for today here. Probably tomorrow I will make a video about. Yes, okay, I have a good topic actually. This is a topic that I want to really talk about. This topic, I think everybody knows about it, and I don't even know why I want to talk about it, but I will on the next video, which is about our acquaintances, not friends, acquaintances. And there is a big difference between our acquaintances and our friends. And we are going to talk about that on the next video. So I guess just wait for that when I upload that because it's going to take a hard minute. I have my exams coming up again. Oh, stress times. Okay, anyways, I guess that's it. See ya.